Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, April 8th, 2026 Aries. A colleague could be in a very bad mood and there must be not the easiest person in the world to deal with. In fact, today he or she could resist working at all and you might feel obligated to take up the slack. Only do it if the tasks are urgent. It isn't fair for you to have to do someone else's work. Don't feel guilty if you have to leave them behind. Taurus, plans to go away on vacation or perhaps a business trip could put you on hold today. Events you might have been scheduled to attend could be temporarily postponed. This could leave you feeling somewhat at a loss because you planned to be away and now you don't know what to do with yourself in the meantime. Be your usual self and you'll find something else to do. Gemini, this isn't a good day to visit the racetrack or any store that sells lottery tickets, so stay away from the stock market too. Speculation of any kind could be risky and at best and disastrous at its worst. Romance is also likely to be blocked up today since you're probably feeling a bit lethargic and not very sociable. Read a good book. This is the most productive thing you can do. Cancer, you're likely to want to retreat into your bedroom and slam the door today. You don't feel like talking or socializing with anyone, not even those closest to you. Too much work could have you in a state of exhaustion and almost brutal burnout, which means that getting some rest is probably the best thing for you. Relax now and get yourself going again tomorrow. Leo, this might prove to be one of these days in which it is very hard to get anything related to work or communication off the ground. You could find excuses to stop working more than usual, particularly if it involves calling people on the phone. Don't fight it, take care of the most urgent task. The world won't come to an end if you put the rest off for a while. Virgo, you might have planned to make particular purchases today, but a quick check of your financial situation reveals that it would be better if you held on for tomorrow. This could prove disappointing and frustrating, but look at it this way. You've waited this long for this item. It isn't urgent, so waiting a little longer certainly won't hurt. Libra, a lack of physical and mental energy as well as motivation could have you in a state of slump. You won't feel like doing much of anything and you might get extremely irritated at the thought of having to work in any way. It might be a good idea to go see a movie in the evening, preferably a thriller or action movie. This will get your adrenaline running for later. Scorpio, usually you enjoy talking with people, but today you won't even want to answer the phone. Stamina and mental energy are low and you could feel out of the sorts. It might help if you go for a walk sometime in the evening. You won't want to waste your energy lying around the house, get the endorphins going and then go see a movie. You'll be your old self again. Sagittarius, a group of friends might want you to go out with them, but you probably won't feel up for it. Your financial situation could also require a little tightening right now, so you may not even feel like justifying the expense. You aren't going to want to spend in the evening alone, so invite a friend or love partner over to watch a movie with you. Capricorn, today you could feel full of energy and eager to go out for some exercise, but other responsibilities threaten to keep you from doing so. The result is frustration and could zap all your energy put into the lethargic mood. Don't fall into this trap. Get the most urgent task done and then go for the exercise you need. You can recoup both your physical and mental energy for sure. Aquarius, your energy is probably pretty low today. You won't feel like socializing, nor will you say staying in and watching the TV. Chances are you won't know what to do with yourself all day. Under these circumstances, the best thing to do is to find a good distraction. Go work out, read a book, go to a funny movie, get your mind off the lethargy, and surely it would disappear. Pisces, career and financial goals could seem completely stalled, and this could also put you in a depressed, frustrated, and panic mood. Don't fall into this trap. This isn't a permanent condition. You'll be back on track in a few days. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Go to your favorite restaurant, buy yourself a present, or spend the afternoon in a bookstore. If nothing else, you will surely feel better. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. Do have yourself a great and wonderful day.
Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. Oh my. Let me tell you, the long weekend, and I am confused because I'm thinking today is Tuesday. I have to keep reminding myself, and I hope remind you as well if you need the reminder that it's Wednesday. So yeah, welcome to our Wednesday programming. It's DBS Morning Show. My name is Maureen. Let's head on over to our news department. Let's find out what we're working with there. Thank you guys. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Was it last week? Sometime last week we went down to Anse to the primary school. We went for one reason and we end up, grasping and catching up with another really interesting piece, and we wanted to share that with you because, listen, when young people are taking up initiatives and taking up space and doing positive stuff, it gets us excited. And these young people, as part of their drive for their CPEA exams, they decided to, take up a project that include enhancing the ladies' washroom at their school. Now tell me that's not something that was worth, giving some highlights. So here they are, and we had a wonderful time with them, and here they are, and let's give them their praises, man. These children deserve it. Well, we came on one mission, and in true morning show fashion, you come for one, you end up with 50, but that's how it goes on the morning show. So here at the Anse Primary School, we came to cover handing over some donation made by the ATV, by Adventure ATV, but we were here, and we learned that these wonderful students here, as part of their CPEA project, decided that they would want to beautify, upgrade, and sort of enhance the female washroom. And that they did. They have erected some really wonderful message within the space. And I'm thinking, wow, because most times students feel something. If they're angry, they're sad, they feel any type of way, they normally go to the bathroom to hide in it. So when they get there, there's those lovely messages. I'm enough. I'm love. So tell me whose grand idea this was. Was it a collective idea or whose idea was it? No? It was yours? Whose idea?
Well, it was a group effort.
A group effort. Right. And when you guys decided you wanted to do that, that was the no-brainer. You have to come up with, what is this can we do? Yeah? How did it happen?
We looked around the school for any problems, and then we saw that the girls' washroom was very unpleasant. It was not a good experience for every girl. Like if they need to use the washroom, the locks were broken, so they couldn't have privacy.
Oh, right. Look at this. You see the future looking nice? Now you gentlemen have come on board too and decided, listen, don't figure you're all alone. If the men are going to be here to enhance and help you as well, ain't it? So the men have a role to play, and they did just that. Tell me about getting involved in that project. Yeah? When they say, listen, that's what we're doing, you say, me ain't gonna know no girl to you didn't say that, right?
No, miss.
Right, just say, okay, fine. It's a need, let's get it done. Like a real man.
Miss, we put into groups, miss, and then we had to pick our project, miss.
Right, and you were part of that group. All right, so you did the lock, you put up some of the pictures too. What else you did?
And we put up the mirrors. And also.
Oh, so you guys put up the mirror? Why? I love that. What about you? The role you played, and how did you feel after doing that and seeing now you have the whole newscast covering something that you were part of?
I felt good. I feel good about it. I played a role in installing the locks. All of us played a role in installing the locks, and it was a good effort put into it.
Absolutely. And you feel proud now, innit? And you feel encouraged to keep helping again, moving forward, innit? Right. And that is going into you guys are getting points for that towards your exams, innit? Yes. Well, head on. Listen. Help me to join me and help to ensure that they get all A+. They could get A. What's the highest we could get? A+, right?
Yeah,
90%. 90%, only getting 100. Eh? Yeah. I'll say that. What do you say? 100%? Yeah. Well, let's say it together. 100. Let's say it. 2, 3, 1. 100. You put it in prayers and ensure that they get 100. That is on you right now. Well done and congratulations, young people. Well done. Let that carry on with you, yeah? Don't stop here. Keep doing kind things. Keep doing. And I like the approach. Let's look for a need and let's fix it. A solution to the problem as opposed to everybody standing on the sideline and identifying a problem without a solution. So you guys are solution driven, and that's a big thing needed in this society. So keep that mindset going forward. About you, but I have an incomplete thing sort of ick me. So like you're watching a show, you're watching a program, and boom, something just pop up, and you feel like the outsider because okay, what's this about? You're just hearing this going on here, and you're wondering, well, what's the link? What's the connect? So we don't want to leave you like that as well. We understand it's a family setting here, so we want to make sure everything is in context. So the last time, JCI, we covered an event. It was a seminar or something like leadership seminar, I believe, or conference that was under the banner of JCI. You know, JCI was the parent, the body, but they're doing little things, and that person happened to put on their little activity under the banner. But I think it's very important for us to wire back down a bit, and so we could find out some more about the big body, the JCI organization. And guess who's the president? Yes, our former Miss St. Lucia, Shan Lucien. So she enlightened us a bit on JCI. So now we finding out about them. Let's see, maybe in the future we could come together and, help them to realize their goals as well. JCI, this is the president right here, is actually an NGO organization that is it's got some things that is, picking my interest. So I thought, wow, Shan, of course, is no stranger to us, and she's the president of JCI. Shan?
Hi.
We gotta go in now. We gotta dig in, and you gotta explain everything to me. What is JCI?
So JCI is Junior Chamber International, and we're a non-profit organization that is dedicated to developing leaders amongst young people so that they can then go forth and spread positive impact in their communities.
Wow. Okay, now, are we surprised? No, we're not. We're absolutely not surprised. How long has JCI been around?
It's very new.
Okay.
We recently got re-established within the JCI West Indies.
Right.
Just from January this year.
Right, but JCI, the bigger body
has been around for quite some time.
Right.
It's a global organization, and we're just one small chapter amongst many different countries that exist in JCI.
Tell me about taking that post. I know we don't even want to go, we don't need to ask here, but
yes.
Definitely.
Right, so I became a member of JCI actually through my involvement in pageantry.
There you go.
I was the National Carnival Queen, and as that I had to represent St. Lucia in the JC's pageant in Antigua.
Yes,
JC's, JCI. Right.
Okay.
So JC's is what we refer to JCI members as. We call them JC's. So that was a JC's pageant, and I won, and because of that I then had to attend a JCI conference, a convention in Guyana, and attending that convention really opened my eyes to all the possibilities, all the opportunities that JCI has to offer young people, and I really wanted to see that in St. Lucia, and so I made it my duty to find out what was being done in St. Lucia for JCI. There was already a team on the way to making it happen, so I joined them, and from last year we've been working really hard to become re-affiliated with JCI West Indies, and so this is our official year back on track with me now as the president.
What's the official mandate? What's the immediate mandate?
To create leaders that will spread positive change.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going about doing that. The first conference.
Yes.
So who were invited? What is expected coming out of this conference?
Right. But before I even get into that, our members are given the opportunity to lead various projects. So this was a project that was taken on by one of our members.
Okay.
So we give real life experience in leadership roles. And so Christelle Lubin is the chairperson for her Path to Leadership, which is a seminar dedicated to inspiring women in leadership roles to be confident, to really take on the mantle and to come into themselves truly as leaders. And we have managers and supervisors from across the island. We even have a teacher here with us who's in a managing position.
Beautiful.
She's a vice principal.
Great.
And so I really think that that's our first step to inspiring positive change in our community.
Right. Well, we're talking membership and all of that now, because somebody
Yes.
might be viewing this and, oh, this is interesting. How can I be a part of this?
Well, JCI St. Lucia is on social media. We have an Instagram page at JCI St. Lucia, and we are also on Facebook. All the details on how you can become a member are there. You simply fill out our application form, and that will put you on track to becoming a member. Membership is not a one-step process, however. You do have to be involved within the organization. You have to attend meetings. You have to attend our training sessions as well, and an interview before you are officially recognized.
Because we need to know we have people who are
JC.
serious about the thing.
Exactly.
And that is understandable. Well,
Yes.
congratulations on
you.
your presidency, and
Yes.
congratulations on the erecting and seeing it through your
Thank
vision.
you. Thank you very much.
And all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to your Holistic Path to Wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran. Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Bobran of the Satya Center for Functional and Integrative Medicine, and today I want to talk about labs. So many times patients and clients come to me and tell me, Doc, I just don't feel right. Something is off. I don't feel like myself. I feel like a shell of myself, but my labs are normal. So I'm okay, right? But I still don't feel right. So what can you do, or what can I do to help? And I want to discuss the concept of functional ranges or optimal ranges that we use in functional medicine. A lab range has a very wide range in normal conventional medicine, and most of us have been trained to look at it when it's either too low than the lowest level or higher than the highest level. Then it's out of range, and that's when we assume there's a problem. But what if it's very close to it's still within the range, but it's very close to the lowest limit, or it's very close to the upper limit? If we start to look at getting our labs in the mid-range of normal, which is what we call optimal ranges, then that's when I know that you're functioning at your best. So we aim for optimal ranges in, I would say, most of your labs. So when I look at a lab result, I do look for when there is red, which is what most people tell me, there's no red on my labs, which is when it's totally out of range. But I also look at whether it's too close to the lowest limit or the upper limit. I look for mid-range. And if many of your labs are out of it, then I know you're not functioning optimally. And from that, I can detect a pattern. And then, hopefully, see where we can get you to optimal ranges. But it's important that you know your numbers, and it is also important that we test correctly. So we have an internationally accredited lab on island with lab services. So we know that the lab tests are being done according to international standards. But we also need to be able to know that we are testing the proper labs for you. You know, many times, just depending on who you see, if you see a specialist, they're going to test the labs that are for their specialty. So maybe the cardiologist will do certain labs that they will want to look at. The neurologist may look for something else. The gynecologist will look for something else. What I like to do is to take everything and look at it as one, because you are a multi-dimensional person. You're not just bits and bobs of a person. I have to put everything, because you're a whole person. The other thing I want to discuss is, how do we get you to optimal range? And that is mainly lifestyle. Most of the time, patients want a quick fix. They want a prescription. They want me to tell them, you know, the prescription will fix it. But lifestyle is your most important medicine. To optimize your well-being, what you can do, first and foremost, is look at how you're nourishing yourself. What are you putting into your body? What type of foods are you eating? Are you eating clean, whole, unprocessed foods? Are you drinking adequate amounts of water? Are you exercising consistently? Are you looking at what you're putting on your body as well, what your environment has around it? Are you breathing in toxins from your environment? And the other step, and these are all pillars of my More Joy method, because I truly believe that to optimize health, we must look at physical, emotional, and spiritual lives, because we are, as I said, multidimensional. So are we looking at the emotional part? Are you managing your stress in a healthy way? Most of the time we either ignore the stress or we take a glass of wine, happy hour, and I'll feel good after, or I will take a tablet to help me sleep better. But these are not healthy ways of addressing the root cause. It might work for a quick fix, but it is not looking for sustained healing. So we want to make sure that you're getting 7 to 9 hours of deep restorative sleep, that your stress levels are being managed in a healthy way, that talking about self-worth, are you owning your passion and your power and your purpose? We also talk about the soul joy pillar of the method, where we nourish your connections. Do you have a daily spiritual practice where you connect with something deeper than yourself? Do you have a meditation